Good evening. Here is a slightly unusual flashlight I thought I would show you. It's just going to be a quick one this evening. Now this is a very plasticky looking flashlight in a holder, as you can see. This is actually off a Boeing 747 because I found a guy on the internet who was dismantling a Boeing 747 and selling off all the bits. It was actually after the one of the those sort of aisle trolleys that has the you know, all the racks in for keeping food warm and things. But there's loads of other stuff, well, literally everything off the plane for sale. Even the engines are on there, but there's not much I can do with a 747 engine. But this was actually really cheap. I didn't want very much for this, so I bought it. This is one of these cabin torches, and I've seen the cabin staff use them, you know, when the lights are down, when it's an overnight flight or whatever. And it just kind of bolts onto the side of the cabin, and then if one of the attendants needs to investigate something, they just grab it and pull it off. It's had to come with the holder because it's automatic when it comes on. So basically when you remove it from the holder, the torch goes on, as I will demonstrate. There we go, so it's on now. And then when the flight attendant is finished inspecting your luggage, whatever they're doing, or finding a dummy that's rolled under a seat, whatever they're doing, they just put it back on. I was quite impressed when it arrived, given that it's been on a 747 for probably years and years and years. It still has working batteries. I don't know when it was taken off the plane, like several years ago, and it still works now. The batteries do anyway. There's a little LED on there that flashes every 3 or 4 minutes, or would you just see it then? It just flashed. You probably can't see it very well in the bright lights, but I imagine on a darkened aircraft that would be sufficiently bright that you would find it in a if you're in a really dark corner. In terms of the actual flashlight itself, it doesn't come off easily, which is probably good for turbulence. You don't want it jumping off unnecessarily. It doesn't look that bright here because of the bright lights, but I'm sure that's plenty bright enough to find your way around a plane. Let's open up the back of it and have a quick look. Yeah, there's the battery. Let me pull it out. I think we have to just disconnect it first. That's the battery, made by DME Corporation. DME Corporation, the whole torch is made by DME Corporation. It's got a part number there, P4-01-0021. Do not recharge, 7.5 volts. You can still buy these. You can buy these online. I think they are specific for the aviation industry, as far as I know. Oh, it's not actually that old. There's a manufacture date on it. October 18. Okay, so it's about 5 years old. I don't know how old the torch itself is. It looks like it's very old. You know, it's probably original fitment with the plane. 747s are quite an old aircraft now. You have to put the battery in before connecting it, otherwise it doesn't work. It does have a bit of a waterproof gasket, but I can't imagine it would never need to be submerged. If it does need to be submerged, things have gone very wrong with your flight, and you will probably need to refer to your complaints procedure. At the other end, yeah. Oh, there's a date in there. I don't know if you can see that. June the 5th, 1997. Okay. Well, I would expect it's probably a replacement then. I think the majority of 747s are older than that. I'm not quite sure. I don't know, maybe they were making them that late. It must have a magnetic switch in here for turning it on and off. I would imagine there's a magnet in the case somewhere. Well, there's a bit there that's kind of been sealed with a glue gun. I bet there's a magnet in there. There's your lens. It's plastic. This is metal. See what the lamp is in it. It's very much a standard sort of bike light type of lamp, really. I know you won't be able to see that really on the camera, but it says PR18. No data in terms of voltage or current draw or anything like that. I presume it's a 6-volt type lamp. It's probably about, I don't know, 2 or 3 watts. Interestingly, it has these little holes in. I'm not sure what they're for. Another waterproof gasket there. All in all, it's a very, very simple torch, really. It's well made, you know, it's solid, but quite plasticky. But then they don't really want heavy stuff on aircraft, do they? For obvious reasons. There we go. Okay, well, that's interesting. I keep this by the front door in case of a power cut, just so I can find a light if necessary. Alright, thanks for watching.